Hello, Libra. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Oh, Libra, I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but it is so hot here. It's so hot. It's so humid. And I think the air quality is bad. I just took Lily for a walk and I felt like I was breathing through soup. It was really gross. So if I look kerfuffled, I'm sorry. It's really gross outside. So Libra, we're going to use a new deck. Oh shoot, I wanted to pull the box out so I could tell you what it is. Because I know someone's going to... Okay, let me find it. I know, you know, someone's going to want to know what this is. Oh, there's two. I'm using volume. Yeah, this is volume 2. There's 2. I don't know, maybe you guys have seen these before. I just discovered them when I was away up north visiting my mom last week. I went to the Mystical Paths shop, and it's just outside of Bancroft, Ontario. And I got these two. So we're working with volume 2 here. So the Book of Shadows, volume 1 and volume 2. So actually, I'll show you. Here's volume 1. There's volume 1. And then we are working with volume 2, which I really like because it's so everyday. Like the really everyday statements and information that comes out of, I find this volume 2, Book of Shadows. So that's the one that we're going to work with. I'm going to work with you. Straightening out your picture, my little picture of Libra. And I apologize if I hold things up and you don't see them clearly. I have turned my camera around so that I don't see me anymore when I'm doing the videos. I just want to really focus on the cards and on the story. So there are times where I might be holding something up and you don't see it clearly, but I find it's more important that that happens once in a while, that at least I want to really hone in my skill here for you. So let's get started. It is general. It may or may not resonate. Should I say that? Yeah, I want to say that. I want to say if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't mean the reading's wrong. Because I see that. It's so funny. I'll do a reading and someone will say, Cindy, no, this is not at all what it is. It's this. But then I'll look at all the other comments, and like 99% of the comments, it's resonating for people. So if it doesn't resonate with you, just say it doesn't resonate with me. The reading's not wrong. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is going to be an extended. The link to that will be at the top of the description within this video. Libra, the scales of karmic justice. What would the universe like to talk to you about, though? Let's see, Libra. What would the universe like to talk to Libra about? I'm going to pull one card out. It's going to be the first card. It's going to be the main topic of the discussion here, Libra. Volume 2. One more shuffle. What do you want to talk about? The Knave of Swords. What have you been watching? What's the funny card? Okay, the Knave is like the Page of Swords, the Knave of Swords. Oh, sorry, I've been working on the angle here. I think you can see that, the whole card and no reflection. I think. Let me do this just in case. All right. The Knave, the Page of Swords. It is air energy. So typically the Page of Swords, I kind of think that you're looking, you're observing things, you're trying to understand things a little bit better here. Now, depending on the other cards that come out, it could be something that you are kind of secretly watching, but, you know, it doesn't have to be. But this is so interesting because this girl, so this is where I get the interesting imagery here. She is bringing up a kite. So she's allowing something to go up into the air. She's allowing the wind to take hold of it. Now, taped to the kite is a picture of this fairy. And look, the fairy is what's actually coming in to the kite. It's like having an initial idea and trying to release it and draw that idea into you. That's how I would see that with the imagery in this card. So you have some sort of initial idea about something. It could even be a partnership with someone because she's drawing in this fairy. It could be a partnership with someone, or it could be just the energy or the right circumstances to play out for, you know, some sort of a goal or an idea, a project that you have in your mind here. And you're trying to release it, but it is the page. So it's sort of like really in the early stages. So let's get more. I'm going to pull out, okay, 4 more. We have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Pentacles. Well, it certainly is feeling an awful lot like pulling in some sort of particular energy to work with you. The 10 of Wands. There's something here that's a burden. I feel like you... And then the Lovers. I got to show you the images because they talk so much. Okay, there's the 3 of Wands. She's sitting, chilling out. She is looking at her candles. So I don't know if there's some sort of candle magic going. It could just be wishing, intention. And in the background, there's something about to be delivered in the mail. So a message received. And the 3 of Wands typically states that, you know, you have planted some sort of seeds in the past. And that's coming in. That ship is coming in. So, you know, maybe 8 months ago, that ship was leaving Spain. You said, yes, I would like to get the coriander from India. So you put it, right? Like that's you put in the order and you put in the money and you watch the ship go. And you waited 10 months. You know, this is 500 years ago. Well, I don't know. With COVID, it's still going to be 10 months. And then the ship. So it's coming in. But it's almost coming in when you're not expecting it. So something either came in or has come in when you weren't expecting it. But somehow you planted the seeds for this. It's almost like having an intention, like a vision board. Isn't that? Yeah. It's sort of like you may have had a vision board here about something. You may not have actually physically created this board about what you wanted. But you had it in your mind and you put it out there to the universe. And the universe responded when you really least expected it. Now, I don't think you were ready for it, though. Because now that I have the rest of the cards out, it's telling me a very different story about, yeah, I think you wanted to collaborate with someone. I think you did. But what that collaboration was, what kind of relationship it was, the timing was completely off with what was going on for you. So then we have this 3 of Pentacles. She's working on a painting here, and she's working on it on her own. She's really into it, and you can see, it just looks like to me that she's been working on it for a bit. There's paint all over the place. And you know, there could have been someone helping you with this project. It could have been work. Let me just explain it all and then we'll let it develop. But then we have the 10 of Wands. Look at this imagery. Again, it's so interesting. This person is coming home from work. They got the phone, they got the keys. They just look like tired. It's the 10 of Wands. So carrying a lot of external burdens in your life. Hi. So I just said the birds have come and landed on the railing. I think they're thinking he looks wet. Yeah. I put a big plate with rocks out with water on the little railing of my deck because it's so hot out and there's so many birds going to the feeder. I think he's coming to say thank you. You're welcome. I know it's hot, right? So whatever you were working on or have been working on, it keeps you busy. It has kept you busy. I feel like I'm talking to you sort of in the past tense with this energy for some reason. But take it as it resonates. Again, because time is very mutable. It's not like a linear line in anything outside of 3 dimensions. So I'm not really sure. See how this fits for you. It could be something for you in the future. And then after you get the 10 of Wands, you do get the Lovers. But this is, again, a really interesting card. So these people are looking at a home. They haven't purchased it yet, but they're making a decision. So making a choice, and it's a pretty major choice. It could be a major choice about where you want to live, who you want to live with, all of the above. And then at the bottom, and it's the only one here, and then everything is reversed. You have the 9 of Wands. I think that's so interesting because she's going back into this candle magic that you originally started with. Something didn't work. There was something off in your timing of something that you manifested. That little bird is just sitting there and he's fluffing up. I think he's getting a free reading. Are you getting a free reading? Are you? Do you want me to pull some cards for you? It's so cute. Anyways, it's kind of distracting. Maybe that's what, like, why is that happening for me in your reading? because he's staring at me and it's making me very subconscious of what I'm doing. I feel like, yes, there's something that happened for you that you had hoped for, but it didn't happen in the way you wanted, or in the place, or in the timing. And you had to look after some other things here. It really came in when you were hoping for it, but not expecting it, with this mailman in the background. I want to clarify before I literally pull anything else out, because it's very interesting. I want to get the deeper details. I would view this as you had some time to yourself to do this intention, this desire for some sort of manifestation, whether it's a partnership, whether it's a new job, whether it's literally where am I going to live, because that kind of comes out at the end here. You had some time in your life, but you see, the universe doesn't always deliver things to us like that. Sometimes there can be a delay because certain things have to alchemize and come into play at the right time. So it is, you were working with spirit here to bring something into yourself, and you kept this intention going, kept it going, and it's almost like it got delivered to you at the worst time, because now you've got something that you need to work. You're not alone anymore. You've got all these little gnomes here that are helping you create something, so you have some sort of sense of responsibility that's outside of yourself, and it's also outside of personal intention. And it does. It's very tiring. It could be like your job. It could be your job. I have a Leo friend, and she's so funny. When we used to drop the kids off to school, I would want to stand and talk with her, but she'd have to go to work. She would always say, I swear, Cindy, my work life is interfering with my personal life. It's a little bit like that on some scale for you. It's almost like your vacation. Maybe you spent the summer imagining something that you wanted for yourself. You had more time for you. Summer's coming to an end. You've been keeping this intention going with these candles, this burning desire, this hope, and boom. Oh, just the day before you got to go back to work, there it is. Or the day you go into work, there it is. And you can't deal with it. You can't grab onto this manifestation, is what that feels like to me. And this is becoming very tiring now. With the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, it's a little bit like going back to the drawing board. I want to say, to me, if there was some sort of lesson in this for you, Libra, it kind of feels like the universe trying to really help you fine-tune your manifestation practice. So it's not just about what you want, but how you see the whole thing playing out for you. Like, if it is where you want to live, if you want to buy a new home, or if you want to think about cohabitating with someone, whatever that could be that I'm seeing in this imagery. And Lovers is about choices. So see the picture beyond the initial, I just want to pull this in. I just want this. I just want this fairy to come in. Okay, so the fairy came in. So what are you going to do with it? Well, I can't really do anything with it because now I have to do this. Right. Well, so how would this fairy fit into your life? How would this manifestation fit into your life? To look at it beyond just getting this manifestation coming towards you. How would it fit into your life? It's sort of like trying to manifest before you leave the house. I'm going to get the perfect parking spot. Well, hello. Oh my gosh, a great big grackle has just landed on the railing. I can't believe the big bird's coming in. You put a little bit of water out for them. Everybody's excited. It's almost like I manifested the birds, but it was bad timing because I have to do this reading now. Do you see what I'm saying? There's something that keeps distracting you from what you really want to move towards, but you can't not. The Three of Pentacles, these are obligations. These are things you need to work on. Other people are dependent upon you. Look at the gnomes. The gnomes showed up for this, so you can't just say, well, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I manifested something that I really want for me, and I got to go focus on that now. Well, wait a second. You made plans for us. We picked up the paint. We got you the canvas. We were going to work on this together. So, you know, in terms of honoring your obligations, too, there's that. I feel like you keep getting distracted from your original obligation. Those damn birds keep distracting me. They're not just casually landing on the railing. They're landing on the railing and they are looking at me. And that grackle was like it had a big yellow eye around all this black and bluish feathering. It was very striking. So, yeah, we were going to clarify. Okay, what? No, I'm going to put this here because this was the first thing. Oh, yeah, I was talking about parking spaces. So if you want to prove for yourself that you can manifest, okay, I'm going to manifest the perfect parking space for myself when I go shopping. And as you're driving to your destination, every place you pass that isn't where you're going into, there are perfect parking spaces, like right at the front door, right beside the handicap parking. But and it's not handicapped, it's not pregnant mom, and it's not parent with children. It's like like just regular people without any of those responsibilities can park there. And then you get to your actual destination and there are no perfect parking spots. You didn't really intend that exactly where you wanted it and how you wanted it to play out. You just said, produce this. So the universe produced it. It didn't fall into your life. This Knave of Swords, this Page of Swords. Look at it, the Three of Wands, which was the next card that came out. I don't know, maybe I can't expand on this any more than I have. The fact is, you manifested something, and look at, she's using her, I hope you can see it. I'm trying to avoid any glare, but I can't tell. She's using her wand to manifest for something to come in. You put the intention out there. Maybe you actually created a vision board. All right, so the Three of Wands. This one is poking, it turned. Oh, look at it. Oh my gosh, you had to walk away from this. The Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and then the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is kind of reminding me of the work that you have to go and do with the Three of Pentacles. But you had to emotionally pull yourself away from something that just got delivered. There's the problem, because if you manifest something, you have to feed into it. That's a lot of things that I see people fall short of on manifestation. It comes into and people do this with all sorts of things. People get their dream job, people get their dream partner, people get their dream home, people get their dream this, but they do not continue to invest into it. You have to continue to invest in any type of manifestation that you want for yourself, or the energy, because your energy is what produced it in the first place. So if your energy does not continue to feed into this, the manifestation almost kind of withers away. The relationship falls apart. The house starts to become dilapidated. The job is no longer fulfilling, or you're not getting the promotions or the raises that you would like to get. Like, that's why it's so important. But I don't feel like you didn't continue investing in this because you wouldn't have. I feel like the timing was completely off and you couldn't. You had to look at this, because look at the wand. We got the magic wand there again. You had to invest into something else, something that's very stable and very structured. It could be your home life. It could, it could have been something that you wanted to do personally for yourself while you had some time off, or I don't know, the kids were at camp. That's funny. I have a friend who, both kids went to camp, went to sleepover camp. This was about 4 weeks ago. Both kids were at sleepover camp for 2 weeks. And then her husband, who every year would go on a fishing trip to Northern Ontario with his buddies, and it is off the grid. She cannot communicate to him for like a week. And he hasn't, like, the camp hasn't run in a year and a half or 2 years, and he hasn't gone on the fishing trip for a year and a half, 2 years. But this year they did it, because where we are, things sort of opened up. And so I spent some time with her, and she said, we went out for dinner and we did something, and she said, do you want to go get some dessert or a drink? I was like, well, I kind of gotta go back home. I got some things that I gotta do. So, oh yeah. It's almost as if she was, because she wanted some free time to herself, and she got it. And what do I do now? I don't know that it's that, because I think it's more like bringing something in, but you were pulled away. You were pulled away, is what I'm going to say. So it's not necessarily your fault that something hasn't continued to manifest in a progressive way as you hoped it would. But I don't know that you put the full intention there. Something fell short here. Something fell short here. And it feels like the timing. So part of me wants to say it wasn't, necessarily your fault, but it was your manifestation, so why didn't it work out? I mean, it has to come back to you somehow. And I do think, again, it's the universe, it's your deeper self trying to teach you even more about the success of, about successful manifestation. So this Three of Pentacles, oh my God, the Three of Pentacles came out and it landed on this Three of Wands, which was where I felt like you were about to go back to this responsibility. Yes, it is a responsibility. It is the Three of Pentacles and the Hierophant. You are definitely obligated to do this. My gosh. Yeah, this is like almost some sort of spiritual contract that you've got here. Yeah. Okay. You couldn't, there's no way around that. There really isn't. I think you might have also served as a test to yourself, a karmic test that I do want to say I think you passed it, because you continued with some sort of obligation that you had here that was an obligation outside of your own personal needs. Big time. Three of Pentacles, Hierophant. That is, yeah, like if you had walked away from this to receive your own personal manifestation, I think there would have been a big karmic problem with that. So you've also proven something to the universe there. Now, we got the Ten of Wands. This is where I feel like, though, this obligation wears on you. Oh, yeah, look at this. Okay, so in this candle, with this candle magic, we have all of these salamanders there. It's very Sagittarian energy. And it's funny because the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. So that's what pulls you away. It wasn't looking at your outside obligations. How do you combine some sort of outside obligations or obligation in your life with something personal that you want to manifest for yourself? Because in her purse are all these salamanders, but everything is blue and purple. So it almost to me is like a lack of oxygen. And that's the way to down this. It's the lack of, yeah, you're welcome. He's all wet too. That's so great. Birds are having a good time out there with the bath water. And then it wears you down, but you stay committed to, so I'm really excited to see what this is for you. You know what I'm seeing here too? Like, look at in the background, all that kind of blue, which to me is this feeling here. Feeling even perhaps kind of blue and sad about not being able to invest your energy into a manifestation that initiated. But then I see all this color returning. Let's get there, but wait. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands for you, Libra. The Ten of Wands. Oh my God. I can't believe the repeats. How this is going. This is incredible. You have the King of Wands, the Ten of Wands for the Ten of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. You are so inspired about going after something and really claiming it and bringing yourself a new direction in life, but you can't get past this burden. And it's almost as if waiting for this karmic wheel to turn. It really feels like that, because I don't think you can get out of this karmic situation. If it's a bad marriage, don't listen to that. Like if it's a bad business partnership, don't listen to that. But if this is, I don't know, like maybe it's something that you really have a higher calling for with the Hierophant. Is this something, let me just clarify that for you, because I don't want to tell anyone they can't get out of a situation, but I feel like at least you feel that you have to wait. for this to change. And look at how it's going to change. Of course it's going to change. Look at the wheel. The wheel is sitting on the house. That's where it stopped. It has something to do with a building. Could be a church, could be a community center, could be your work, could be your home. And then what are they looking at? A building, a choice. Okay, what is this Lovers? The Lovers for Libra. It is charging ahead like the Emperor. Wow. No delays, no hiccups, total investment in what it is that you want to do. Wow. And look at cutting through all the distractions. Look at that. How all the birds that have been coming to this railing since I put the water out and peeking in at me and distracting me from your reading and having to pull my attention back to the reading, distraction, back to the reading, cutting all the distractions out, going right through it. Own it like a boss. Maybe becoming your own boss. What is it wise for Libra? I don't even want to ask that. I don't want to ask that. Because you have the Three of Pentacles twice with the Hierophant, it doesn't feel like a romantic relationship. If it is, there's really no romance there anymore. It's just like going through what you have to do every day. It feels so much like work. They're all painting. It's something you do creative. It kind of feels like something that you do in a very creative way, either with your community, and that community could be, you know, a group of people that you get together with on weekends to paint pentacles. That's what they're doing. Some sort of creative thing that you do at work. You're an important aspect in this, though. I gotta leave that up to you. You're all in charge of your own karmic destinies. Tell you if you should do something or not. I'm just reading the energy. But I am reading that something's about to change for you, and that so far you've played this karma correctly. The Nine of Wands is at the bottom. This is you tired. Trying the candle magic again. It's almost as if though you're adding more candles to this wish, to this intention, to this hopeful manifestation. And it's not so much just letting Spirit just say, okay, I'm just leaving it up to you, Spirit. Just bring this in for me. This is what I want. With the salamanders around the candles. There's no salamanders around the candles. So you've sort of taken more control over this. There's one salamander in this picture, and it's on the wrist of the arm that she's using to light the candles. You and Spirit, the universe, are about to start co-creating together, communicating properly with each other, very directly. There's just one line here, one source, that's it. And there isn't all these other salamander sources. Just kind of, oh, okay, Spirit, look after this for me. No, Spirit wanted you to look after this. Spirit wanted you to be very, very specific about what you wanted. Okay, so, but it's almost as if you had to go through whatever this was for yourself to kind of fatigue you about the process and just say, this is the last time I'm doing this and I'm going to do it right. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Flying everywhere. Look at this. The Eight of Pentacles and the Death card. Well, for some of you, maybe you are leaving your job. For some of you, maybe you are getting, like, starting your own business as well. But I want to say this is the last bit of work you have to put in. This feels like it's about to be successful for you. Because putting the work in is about to end. If you've been putting a lot of work into this, it's about to start to fly. There's going to be a rebirth here. Oh, is there ever? You got the Ten of Cups at the bottom and then it's reversed. Yeah. There's that change, right? Going from this Ten of Wands to the Ten of Cups. Excuse me. I've been eating so many peaches. My gosh. I'm finished. I'm going to go do the extended. I'm going to bitch about my peaches now. That didn't sound right. I bought a basket of peaches. I like peaches. And they're soft. They're easy for me to eat with all the damn metal in my mouth. So, you know, with peaches, they're kind of like avocados. Not ready, not ready, not ready, not ready. Ready! Gone bad. Like, you gotta eat them quick. So I bought a basket of peaches. And I didn't want to really squeeze them or anything because I thought, you know, I want to keep things. I'm trying not to touch things I don't have to touch. And introduce my germs to things I don't need to introduce them to. So I just, they all looked good. So I picked up the basket of peaches, figuring, you know, most baskets, there's one or two that are a little more ready than others, and they'll slowly start to ripen. And there probably will be a point where there's kind of a handful that are ready all at once. So I brought them home. And at the end of the day, I went and I touched the peach. Oh, that one's ready. Oh, that one's, the whole damn basket is ready. I've been eating 6 to 8 peaches a day right now. Peaches. My son doesn't like peaches. Lily likes peaches. So, but I think I'm getting peach indigestion at this point. I still have, I was calculating, because I have 2 with breakfast, I have 2 with lunch, I have 2 with dinner. And then I'll have 1 or 2 after I walk Lily at night. And so tomorrow's my last day from how many peaches. So I think I'm hiccuping and burping peaches right now. Anyway, so that's what's going on in my world besides the smog and the heat and trying to give the birds. I'm going to go look at the water now and see what's down there. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so there you go, Libra. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.